D&D VR. This is number 60, Wall.
3, I think.
63.
63.
Unless we really want to just skip numbers and just get to 69 and end the campaign already.
No, we're ending the campaign at session 68. We've been through it.
No, I refuse. I will DM the 69th episode if we need to.
He's gonna leak the 69th episode. You know what we should do? What we should do is we stream all the way up to 68, stream the 69th episode, but don't put it on YouTube.
You are despicable.
Cruel.
Especially since we've been teasing the 69th episode as our final one for like a month now.
I mean, it's not. It's chronologically impossible for you guys to finish like everything in 60.
You underestimate us.
In 6 episodes? Yeah, 6 episodes.
Hey everybody. Welcome to D&D VR speedrun any percent?
Hey, does anybody have a birthday in the next 2 weeks?
2 days, yes.
Okay, so use your birthday wish to end it on 69.
Yes.
No, don't do that really though.
Only
I'd be sad.
only if we allowed the wishes to work like that. Anywho, yeah. If you don't know, for their birthdays, we allow like a birthday wish, but it can't have any. It's a meta wish, and it can't have anything to do with plot. Usually, I don't think anyone's wish has influenced plot directly. I
don't
mean,
even
a wish
remember
has
what my
given
wishes
someone a better plot, and by plot I mean backstory.
Question.
And by backstory I do mean butt. In the case that they are wearing a cat bunny outfit, yeah.
Okay. Question. Was me getting Vessel back my birthday wish? I don't know.
No, I just did that.
Okay. Because I don't know if I ever used my last one.
You used it on something.
Use it to make us end on episode 69.
No.
You know
used
you
it on
want to.
Something. I can't remember what the something was, but it was a thing.
Because it was either getting to play Vessel again or something else that I don't
you
think
raised a
happened.
stat.
That would be a terrible wish.
Yeah, so I don't think it was that. Anywho,
When you raise
Well,
that,
we'll think
I raised
about
my
that.
strength to 30.
Can I make a suggestion for a wish?
Yeah.
I want to make the eyeballs on this armor do something.
Okay. They look very shifty. They do something.
No, I want to make them nullify curses to one on that are being caused by a single target. So if I've locked contact with somebody, they can't use any curses. And any curses they have active are dispelled.
Wouldn't that dispel my magic though? Considering apparently
Yes.
my magic is a curse.
Yes, if I'm focused on you.
I don't like this.
We would have to kink the buffs out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a thought. I think.
Or I
think
could
it
just
was
nullify a. Or
Vessel. I
maybe.
think it was Vessel.
Yeah, probably was. I am a wish.
You are a wish,
Got him.
and people wish they were you.
I don't know if that was a compliment or not.
You
Yeah,
wish.
I want to be a banana.
Hi,
No,
welcome
no
back
you,
to
you
D&D
right
and
now.
VR. This is number
Yay,
63
banana!
of Shenanigans. Today we have, for the Emperor, Bonanza, Furry.
Actually,
Not
I'm a
for me.
heretic. This is a Chaos
Spooky,
Terminator.
scary skeleton.
I know. That wasn't a statement. That wasn't a calling what you are. That was a warning. For the Emperor!
Oh, no. Blood for the Blood God.
Skulls
Skull
for the
Skull
Skull
Throne.
Throne.
Hello.
We got Tupa.
So what is this character again?
And we got Vessel.
This character?
That
What
character.
is Bertle's character again? Is it Tupa?
Yes.
And what is
Yeah.
Tupa? I forget. He's not a tuba, is he?
Oh, jeez.
He's
Recap.
an Air Genasi.
Air Genasi, yeah.
recap. Who wants to?
Versions.
Who wants to give us a kneecap?
Last
Kneecap.
time on Dragon Ball Z, things
got a
happened
couple-
with people. Horrible revelations were made.
I have a couple kneecaps.
Yeah, fair enough. Last time on crippling mental state.
Yay.
They had some more interaction with Lesouge under better circumstance.
Yes.
They got curses cured. They got wishes granted, kind of.
Yay.
They got some people got stuff.
And I can do this now.
Yeah.
Don't
And
do
Wes
that.
got a mask.
Yes.
You
Speaking
don't
of which,
know
you
what it
forgot to
does
put
yet.
on the you forgot to put on ambient music.
No, I know. Haha, no ambulance music for you.
Oh.
No fun on the Wee Woo bus.
The Wooby bus.
No fun on the Wee Woo bus. Oh.
Okay, whose idea was this?
We all know.
That would
who
be
it
Omega.
was.
T-pose.
1 second. Thanks, man.
Okay, we need to skip 2.
Make it just T-posing on the entire session.
I just realized I haven't. I have the music totally muted. There, now I can hear the music.
There we go.
It was
There.
it muffin time? I hope it was muffin time.
It wasn't.
It was Muffin Time.
Actually,
Muffin
about,
time.
it's about 1:30.
It's time you gotta watch.
Thanks, Mega. Anywho.
Thank you, Mega. Very cool.
Very cool indeed.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyla told him to do it.
Yeah. There we go.
Anyway, back to our crippling downward spiral into horrible things happening.
Okay. As we're continuing off, we have helped the lichen problem in Corn's Tarch. Hopefully, with a little bit more knowledge of the situation, it won't happen again. Tonight, at least.
Yeah.
But what if I want it to happen again?
Then I'd say into the corner.
I'm bad guy.
No. Can we just not have that happen again? I died twice.
You didn't
I have
even
limited
to
lives. I
fight
need
him.
to use. I need to conserve those things.
Moving on.
Move.
I'm gonna slip a drop of my blood to TK's drink. I'm not going. I'm not really.
I mean, any body fluid works.
Ew. Earwax.
You really want to try that? Think
No.
long and hard about that.
You should cry on
Okay.
him.
You have two options now. There's the less bad and then the more bad.
And then the
You
more
see-
bid.
And then the more bad.
And the more
If you
bid.
really think about it.
He
Yeah.
also could sneeze on you.
That's probably the least bad.
But yeah, it don't work like that. I mean, it do
It-
work like that, but we don't.
Let's just move on.
You sneeze on someone's open wound.
At you, you're a lichen now, bitch.
I should throw feathers at him on a regular basis now. Now where's am I gonna get the feathers?
You know, I heard there was this lovely group of kobolds.
Stares at bird player.
Yes.
There we go. This is the
Take
guy
as
we
many
want.
feathers as you need.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, what are we doing?
There we go.
Something.
As our
doing
business
something.
is mostly done here in Corn's Tarch, people are fixing up houses from a gruesome prior night. It's almost like it was attacked by a wild beast or something.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Ah,
You
Mwah.
would get the feeling to maybe stay and help, but you neither have the
Yeah.
time nor probably the pleasantries to stay.
Yeah.
As we wave off to Corn's Tarch, Smith, Think Tank, Tarak are all working to help. Everyone roll perception really quick.
Shake up the dice. I'm gonna do purge it real fast.
Oh no, I think I'm being Joe today.
Huh? I just rolled like
18 plus 7.
I just rolled
Ye-
8 ones. That
Brilliant.
dice purge.
I need to get to my
Uh,
character sheet.
No, a lot of
One
those are actually
second,
higher
I
numbers.
think I have plus
I saw a
5.
lot of ones.
There's two
think I have a
ones, two
16.
twos, a 3, 19, 9, 15, 15, 13, 17, 14, 16.
I guess we're going with the 8. So-
I got an 18 plus 7, so that would be.
So what was the type of roll again? I forgot. Was it perception?
perception?
Perception.
I got 20.
12.
I think TK's the only one that passes.
I get plus 6 to perception.
That's
So that's like- 12.
I failed at my
14.
30-20
by 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's 14.
by 2.
I'm a 14. Does that not pass?
No, you don't pass for 14.
23.
Oh, you're right. I'm too
23?
old.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8 plus my 15.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wise.
Jesus.
Hold on. Can you send this to Scout, EK?
Send this to Scout? Send what?
Mm,
Come on.
I just
I
forgot.
don't have anything
I-
to send.
I,
I'm scared.
I didn't forget.
You should be.
You just can roll shitty.
I have plus 15 because of my wisdom being 30.
I know. Send
I
that to
rolled
Scout.
If I literally rolled a 20, it would have been like at least 32 to that.
As he goes out of sight.
My freaking goodness. I can't copy the darn thing.
Draco.
Yes.
You watch as a familiar cloaked figure with a metallic arm that is designed like that has the design of two snakes running up and biting into the shoulder blade of which is an apple.
Thought that was in the back of his cloak.
I'll send the message later when I can, actually.
He has a single snake running up his arm, biting. He has two snakes also coiling on his back.
Okay, I remembered that detail.
Yum, 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 yum.
But yeah, you see him walk up to the cart from the trees over.
Okay. Hello.
Don't die out there.
I'm trying not to.
This goes for your whole group. Like, I've seen how you guys work, and I can't say if it's bravery.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Rude, don't finish that sentence.
Stupidity.
I feel like it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Tessa, you're right.
Glare.
Little column A, little column B. Eh?
Vessel enters rage mode.
I think it's a little bit of everything. Bravery, stupidity, and luck.
Well,
What are you talking about? Luck. Yeah, the lack of luck.
we're gonna be staying in town for a day and then splitting off somewhere else. I hear you guys are off to the Warlord.
Yep.
He gives you a nod. I'd offer to help, but I don't want to.
I haven't forgiven you for when you seared my flesh.
What?
What?
You see, he doesn't know about
Okay, I
it.
remember. I remember.
Wait, which interaction was that?
Okay, he helped
what-
us fight the whatchamacallit.
Oh, yeah.
Joe
The
was on the
witch.
false Hydra. He healed
Yeah,
everyone,
false Hydra.
burned the whole false Hydra, including Joe. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Vessel never forgets.
Do I know you?
Oh, that's Jeblet.
Glare.
Roll persuasion.
I-
Not you.
Me or? Yes, you, son.
Persuasion, that's what, 7 plus 13.
That's a 20.
You certainly look skinnier. Did
And
get a
you look
haircut?
smaller.
Did you get a haircut?
I mean, he never had hair to begin with.
Tasavir being funny?
Hey,
That's a
I've
figure of
changed
speech,
too.
isn't it?
what?
You're usually down and gloomy
Well,
or depressed,
a
like
certain
me.
a certain rabbit has been rubbing off on me, I guess, and on me.
Stop rubbing him. That is bad.
Oh, that. I need context for this.
What?
And I regret talking.
Sorry, Scout.
Smith is the party figurehead. That's already been stated.
Yo, rabbits!
Well, best luck to you. And, Tarak wanted me to pass on a message, but it was too fast for me to understand. The gist of it was, if he catches you going feral again, he will personally neuter you.
Sounds fair.
That'll be a blessing.
I'm going to
No
work
more-
on that then.
No
Thank
more
you
horny
for
cat.
telling me that.
I'm gonna go.
No more horny cat. No
Keep
more
your
horny
squishies
cat.
to yourself.
Squishies. Oh.
Keep that.
No more horny cat.
Passaphir disappears into the forest.
Would you?
Roach just stomps their leg.
Yes.
And we start moving.
Alright. Well, let's see. How much farther until we reach that warlord?
3 days.
Okay. Well, hopefully this will be totally uneventful and nothing bad will happen along
Yo,
the way.
look at that! It's Disneyland.
Whoa, Disneyland?
On the first day of travel, who is keeping watch?
I guess
Are
I
you
won't.
traveling at night or at day?
I say we should travel in the day and sleep at night, leaving one at watch.
Trick
Right.
question. Doesn't matter. It's perpetual dawn.
I have a proposal.
You're proposing?
Love the Feywild.
Yeah, me and Warden could scout a half days ahead of the rest of you.
No, let's keep the party together.
Vessel can handle himself.
Technically, he already did that before. We even brought up a part of the party. Blah 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 blah. and he would know more about the Fey realm, being because he is basically part of it already.
What?
I'm not Fey realm, Fate realm. Totally different.
Different continents.
He's been here longer than us.
He has not.
I have been here longer than you guys.
That
Way
is
longer.
true.
Notice has been here the longest.
And I give up with my opinion.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll keep
You
first
guys
watch.
have been here longer than Vessel. Okay. TK Ant.
Hasn't the party been to the Feywild before I ever joined them as Giblet?
Yeah.
So yeah, technically everyone here has spent more time in the Feywild than me.
Seniority.
I guess I'll stay watch with TK.
Okay. I'm going to have you two roll a social check.
So which
So for
one?
the thing,
You're just going
Which
to roll a
is plus
general
charisma?
d20. You're going to roll a general d20.
And add
depending on-
charisma?
You know what? Sure. Add your charismas, and if there's a difference of if it's below 10.
Oh no.
oh no.
You two have a dispute about something. What do you dispute about?
Putting chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs.
Yes. That's what happened.
Seriously?
No, it's a dispute about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
But is that what happened to Arip? Did you put
That's a good
chemicals in his
quote.
water?
It's a good question. Where did Areep go?
I don't know what's going on.
Check the
The
barrel.
world may never know.
Converse, you
So-
two.
We totally,
Socialize with one another. Go.
we
Silence
totally
Let's do it
everyone
over a
else.
game of cards.
Silence
Okay,
the
talk.
everyone else. Go.
Well,
What
I would
does
just
this-
be in
What
a
does this night look like?
I would just be in a meditation, staring over the mask, just silently
Probably
not.
playing solitaire.
Where to get cards? That
Can
better
you
not
keep
be
it down?
taken
You're
by
being
things.
too loud.
I don't play solitaire with a deck of many things. I'm not an idiot.
Since Vessel doesn't sleep, can he just observe all of these interactions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you keep it down? I'm trying to meditate here.
That means make more noise.
Good grief. Well, it seems like he doesn't want to talk. So, we'll just
night
keep an eye out
goes-
for anything suspicious and
night
just
goes
play some
quietly.
cards over the night.
The night's quiet. I'll have you two roll perceptions. There is a. There
getting a new
is
die.
There is a
It's not
rather
big enough.
unease.
My first roll was the
in
19,
the
so I'll
air.
take that.
Almost like you're
That's
being-
better.
Almost like you're being talked to by a voiceless whisper.
Do I recognize the voice?
What's your passive perception?
My passive is 17.
No.
Do I?
Well,
Mine's
I
19.
But I rolled a 19 plus a 7 for the perception roll.
Passive. Different thing.
My passive
Um,
perception is 19.
I'll say no, because you two haven't been.
Passive is for stealth checks.
Passive is just for passive perception, passive perceiving.
Yes, it's for things
Usually
stealthing.
for
like
stealth.
it's for enemies stealthing.
Yeah.
Let the
Yes.
DM.
it has much more use.
For like surprise attacks.
It has a
that's
lot
for
more use than that. Just that.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
But that is its that is one of its two primary functions. Yes. It also helps to naturally be able to perceive a situation,
Mhm.
of which it's
Right.
being implemented here. Words. You both hear it. You don't know who it is, and you haven't heard it directly before.
I'm gonna stand up, and hop off the cart and try to shine a light around to see if I can find out where the source of the
The
sound is coming
eyesore
from.
isn't over your shoulder. I'll say that much, Jerome.
Well, the eyesore is only out after I summon it. After an hour, it goes back into its little thingy.
I'm gonna send
talking
my
to Method?
phoenix out to try and find the source of that that voice.
It bites your ear though.
Is it just biting me, or
Yeah, it just bites you. And then it goes. It does a little scan. And it lands back in the cart.
Mhm.
If a bird can shrug, it shrugs.
well, that was fruitless.
But yes, you were saying about the eyesore.
It's hovering over Scout.
I'm just
Blah.
and I roll an investigation on Scout to
Yeah.
see if I can figure out why. Oh come on, even this die.
Big number.
It's a big number, but it's a small number.
Big, small number.
Can I use some luck to
Um,
get around this?
that's a 6.
Do you want a lucky hit?
I'm gonna lucky that.
All right. Roll again.
My die just went poof. I have to go find a new die. I assume Joe probably did something.
Mine is in my hand.
No, I went upstairs to go steal a die from up there, and
The little
Joe just-
shitty.
shit.
It's my dice now.
Okay, that's a 9, and then it was lucky, right? So that's still +3, so that's a 12.
Nah, no. You don't know.
No, okay.
But the murmurs are louder.
I'm gonna nudge
I
Scout away.
discern what the murmurs are.
Axel, you find yourself being woken up by Jerome. Scout here?
Scout.
Scout was here. Is Scout still here? Scout.
Goat.
Blah.
Blah?
Blah.
Blah's
Blah. Blah.
Banui.
Do we
Anyway,
need to Pingus?
Pingus Maximus.
I think it's time to do the pinging.
The penguining is happening. Does the stream know all about the penguining?
Probably
Yeah, I
But-
leveled up.
Oh, Scout!
Why?
You are being woken up by Jerome.
Why?
I love how in
Why?
character you are.
Why exactly is my eyesore being attracted to you right now?
Because he's beautiful.
As soon as Scout wakes up, the eyesore just into thin air.
What exactly were you dreaming about?
I don't know.
It was the same dream, Axel.
The same dream as before, like the first one.
Yeah, but more say less interactions with the person. You were just experiencing the landscape.
Oh. It was death, gloomy. Everyone was dead.
Was there anyone speaking to you in that dream?
Not this time.
Do you know that possibly your dreams could somehow partially manifest themselves?
I don't see how.
Can I do an insight check to see if he even knows what he's talking about, or whether he's just saying stuff so that because he's confused?
Sure.
Oh, that was a 20.
Wow.
Success.
Very big 20.
Yeah, you get a sense, no, he doesn't know anything about his dreams manifesting or something.
So he doesn't really understand what's happening. It's just he was sleeping, and then I woke him up.
Mhm.
Okay, so he has no clue what's going on. Can I actually do a quick Arcana check?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to arcane?
Scout. Just scout himself to see if there's anything new that hasn't been there before. That's a +3, so that's a 17.
When we say before, do you mean like before when you first knew him, or like since the day
First
prior?
met him since I met him and then did all this. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot
Anything that's
different.
new from.
There's a lot new.
Yep.
Well, not first, like not from before I went into the forest test chest and went poof. Like when I met him after after
The
one-
skeleton
Since
room.
since being
Yeah.
in the Feywild.
Yeah.
No,
No, nothing new.
nothing new. But maybe something stronger?
So something's more so than it was before. What kind of magic is that? If I can even tell.
Soul magic.
Soul magic, okay. Did you by any chance strike a sort of deal with that hag that we were talking with the other day?
Technically, no.
What do you mean technically?
Well, I asked her if she could help me bring back Armor. We didn't really make a deal. She just
Armor? Who's Armor?
um a big suit of magical armor that died.
Okay. So what did she say to that?
Well, she did what I'm guessing you saw or heard.
You heard yelling, yeah. I guess.
I just
We
heard
didn't
yelling.
really
I
make
didn't
a
know what happened.
deal. She just wanted to look and then did that. We never really made a deal. As far I remember. Because the only thing I can remember after that was just pain.
Joe was the one that went in after Scout after that happened, right?
Vessel was, yes.
Yes.
I went
okay.
in while he was still there.
And then
Yeah.
he made a deal.
Hold on for a second. I'll stand up and I'll go find Vessel. Can you come with me for a second?
Okay.
We'll then walk back to Scout. What exactly happened after the hag did whatever she did to Axel here?
Would you like a demonstration?
What do you mean by a demonstration?
I'm just gonna look around to see if I can see any wild animals outside.
There's a
Oh
frog.
god.
Specifically a grung.
Is he in a bucket?
No, he seems to be doing inventory on bottles and food.
I am familiar with him, and I don't feel like killing a sentient creature for science. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna perception check to see if I see anything outside. I don't see shit.
You see, Jerome?
Well, now that I think about it, I'm not going to give you a demonstration. It's too dangerous. But
Okay.
the hag is able to utilize soul magic and extract the soul. They were trying to extract a pseudo soul that has found its way burrowed inside his soul. So his soul was halfway torn out.
Do you think that could explain why the soul magic coming off of him right now is stronger
Oh.
than it was before?
That's pretty easy to explain, actually. I open my mouth to point at the goop inside the vessel and say, "We extracted bits of Armor's soul that was in his remains, and we put all the pieces together."
Scout, you get a very quick but a splitting headache. It's like there, like pressure pain, and then it's gone.
By merging the souls onto one, it'll make it easier to extract the soul later without killing Scout, because if we'd simply ripped it out now, his soul would be destroyed.
Fair enough. Do you think that that could possibly have any sort of other effects on him?
I suspect it does, which is why I wish to extract it as soon as possible, which is why I made a
This is
deal.
being talked
so
about
that I
right
could-
over you, Scout. You are fully awake right now.
Yeah, that is why I made a deal so that I could extract the soul myself as soon as possible.
A deal?
Yes. With the hag.
Wait, so you have access to the hag?
Not per se, but I do have access to some of her power.
Alright.
I remember hearing correctly, she gave you soul magic. As long as you didn't use it for lichdom.
She gave him
Yes.
sample size soul magic.
Ugh,
But I don't believe that we actually heard that because he wasn't there to relay the stuff that
He
happened
did
in the
not
room.
relay
yet.
that.
Oh,
Because
Yes.
he was the one in the room at the time, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah. I'm explaining it now that I've been given temporary use of some soul magic.
Yeah.
So that I may extract the parasitic soul as soon as possible.
okay.
But unfortunately at the moment it's too dangerous.
Well, hopefully sometime down the road you'll be able to.
Alright, thank you for the information.
Although I don't really trust this power as it's only loaned to me. I need to practice and study it so that I can make it my own.
Just be careful.
So if you find any unimportant creatures, let me know. I need test subjects.
No.
Mm, I'm a little apprehensive about that.
You
Very well.
see,
If
You
we're
see-
fighting something,
you see a phoenix
maybe.
on TK's shoulder as it bites his earlobe.
Ow.
If you'd like, I could merge your soul in its and the phoenix to be one
How
soul.
about no? Just
I'm-
Don't worry, you'll definitely feel a thing. And I can put it right back when we're done.
just
Do you demonstrate?
borderline no.
Do you demonstrate any soul magic at all?
I am not going to demonstrate on soul magic on anyone who's unwilling.
It's not specifically pulling out a soul. You can also do personal projection.
Hmm.
So you could project. He could project himself into someone's soul.
He can basically use the spell astral projection. Or project self. Or is it called astral self?
If you would like, I would gladly be a test subject so you can try using that magic.
Hmm.
If not, I also have the pet eyesore I have you could try to do it on.
I'd rather try it on the small creature.
Very well. I will summon the eyesore then. And
The eyesore does not show up.
it does not show up.
It does not show up.
Can I do a...
It knows what you're about to try and do.
I need to do a check to this to see why, if I can tell. Would that be an Arcana or a Insight?
Insight.
Insight, okay. 5 and 3. That's... No, Insight is not that. 4, so that's a 9.
Doctor.
Maybe because it was already summoned and that was the hour span or something? It has of being physical?
Hmm.
That or it's probably uncomfortable having its soul ripped out of its being.
Well, if you're volunteering and your eyesore will not make itself known, are you sure about this?
Yes, if anything goes wrong, I can easily reset it.
How about we all go to sleep?
It first you go to try and there's nothing. And then it feels like you're running your hand through sand. Vessel.
That's a familiar feeling.
And you try to grab, but it's just like it's holding in your hand any soul essence from Jerome. It's just faded like sand in your hands, and it's blinking in and out, and it sifts through your bones and back to him. It stings.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue trying to grasp it.
You know what effect is happening right there. That flashing in and out. That isn't soul magic. That's temporal flux. That's what happens, or that you're acknowledged in Fortyke, when something both is supposed to and is not supposed to exist within the timeline, of which in a case they are not naturally a lesser nexus being. Jerome is not supposed to exist here and now.
Curious. I guess I'll stop trying to pull his soul out and just
And I do
cock
want
my
to
head to
say,
the side.
his soul is broken.
So it's in pieces.
It is in many pieces, formed together like sand.
You do not have a normal soul.
That would seem to be how it is after you spend eons stuck in a realm only to be saved by a god.
I guess that makes you both a wonderful test subject and a horrible one at the same time.
That could be true, as I would be a more challenging one to actually grasp the soul of.
Well, you do have soul magic active. Looking around, you do actually see living souls. You can see in the air spirits of ethereal creatures dancing in the dawn light. You can see, of course, your own soul. You can see the Grungs. You can see Dracos. You see TKs. And there's a ball at the center of it, and it's twisted and just contorted, like a strange strand of strings. And these same strands of strings go all throughout the soul. Almost like it's maybe stitched together, or are these strings? They softly let out fire, or what looks like fire. Is to think about it like, say you look at a soul like it's a shirt. TK's shirt is on fire. And you look at Axel, and he has 3 souls. His soul, the parasite soul, and something just gently covering him like a blanket. A watcher soul.
I think I would remove that watcher soul. But I'm unsure.
As Axel has just gone back to sleep, you can try.
I'm gonna try to not completely remove it, but to tug on it.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Well, you don't know what I'm about to do. This is my internal monologue.
No.
You just see me looking at Scout with a wild look in my eyes.
What are you going to do?
There seems to be another soul that is not supposed to be there.
Considering souls are probably very fragile things, I don't recommend just toying with them.
Well, how else am I supposed to learn to manipulate them?
If anything
Maybe
does
don't
go
do that
wrong-
on one of our party members.
If anything does go wrong, I can always reset it as if it never had happened.
You sure that'll work with a soul? They're kind of irreplaceable as far as I can understand.
What will happen?
While
simply
they're
is
talking,
it
I'm gonna
can-
go over and attempt to touch.
Damn it, Mega.
Mega?
It's not muffin time.
It's not.
Well,
muffin
apparently
time.
it actually is. It is decidedly muffin time.
I don't have any muffin. But anyway, I'm going to try to touch and maybe tug on a little bit that Watcher Soul. At the very least, make the Watcher Soul very aware of my presence and its position.
Everything goes black around all three of you, almost like you've been swallowed by night.
I immediately turn to Vessel and give that look of what the hell have you done?
Tupa, slowly the walls around you encroach like a black liquid, slowly scratching over, consuming all light around you, snuffing out a torch, and when it comes back, you're just illuminated. You find, you see Vessel, Jerome, TK, all standing there. Draco asleep on the floor, and Axel asleep on the floor.
That's it? And it's all...
Everything,
everything else is normal?
it's, you're in this milky black, you're in this jet black void.
Hmm.
Like
Where
I
the
was
fuck
saying.
are we?
What the hell did you do?
Can I make a quick Arcana?
Yeah.
That is 13.
It's something.
Something, can't tell what the something is. Just something.
It's both a magic you feel you're familiar with, yet at the same time a magic you've never experienced at all.
You did this thing I told you specifically not to do because we don't fully understand.
I'm
right?
going to strongly grasp this soul I've touched.
Don't do it more.
Do
Look at
it.
it already did.
And I'm going to do an Arcana check in the process of just trying to understand what's going on.
This is not good.
Roll Arcana.
17, I know I've got a plus in Arcana.
You're not holding anything right now, but
So this...
you've been pulled into a dream.
Okay, what is my Arcana anyway? Yeah, it's a +5, so that's a pretty high number. That's a 22. I'm gonna let everyone know we've been pulled into his dream.
Whose dream?
What?
You guys hear this sound.
Axel's
of-
dream.
You guys hear the sound of stepping. Like, it's a mix of stepping in a puddle, but specifically a puddle on stone.
I immediately turn towards the sound.
It's everywhere.
Like this.
Space is distorted here. Forward is backwards, right is left, up is down, and yet down is still somehow middle.
Vessel, you got us into this. You gotta get us out.
Well, as a dream, we'll probably awaken eventually when he does. But there's no telling how long our perception of time will be stuck here.
You're not
It
the
could
Night
feel like
Occupants.
centuries for us, and be merely a moment in reality.
Still, I don't want to spend what feels like a century in here.
You hear a voice calling out. Well, you're not the normal occupants.
What?
I'm going to, if I can tell which direction it is, turn to the voice direction.
Same.
You all
Hi,
turn
Jack.
to look behind. Yeah.
Can I? Is this the same voice as we heard before?
The one murmuring to Scout?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to it and say, "Are you the freeloader?"
You all turn as you're hearing it behind you, but as you turn back, you're no longer in a black void. You're in the Feywild. You are in some point of the Feywild. You see mountains behind you in the distance. You are standing on this large, flat ground, but other pieces of ground are upheaved in the air, and some are downwards, and there are cracks between, and you see space of void between all of them. You see a sun, a moon, another moon, a second sun, all in the air. You see the sky has been fragmented. There's the normal dawn. You see daylight. You see nighttime. You see midnight.
This is not good.
No, this is convergence.
Hi, Jack. So this looks exactly what Scout described, correct?
In a sense, he's dreaming of death. You guys look around and you see bodies scattered about on the floor. Skeletal
Are they
structures, fake
familiar
creatures.
bodies?
To you, no. Well,
Everybody, stay vigilant. Scout says that there was a lot of death in his dream. Just
I'm
make
keeping
sure
my
to
hand
stay
on my
close.
revolver just in case.
I'm gonna be flying.
you try to push out your wings, but you feel nothing. And you all hear,
Fuck.
shh, 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 shh. Quiet. If you're going to be a spectator, then spectate. As you see a single rock floating as land disperses out, you see Axel sitting on knees, head looking down, holding something.
Can I try to fly up to
Holding a what?
Something.
Oh. Okay.
To each
I
one
don't-
of you, it's phasing differently. What did you want to try?
Am I able to fly up as well? I know Tupa couldn't get the wings out, but
Well,
am I
it's
able
not the sense the wings weren't out. The wings are out. It's more say there's no wind or anything to bring lift.
So the air molecules that would be there required for the drag
It's,
create the lift aren't
everything
there.
is stagnant.
Okay.
There is no air. You guys, it doesn't matter.
There is
to
no
you,
air, but we don't
you're
need air.
But you don't need air here. You see a pie. You
That's
see
a normal feeling for me.
You see down below the rock Axel sits on is this swirling void of lightning and static and different just elements. The skies are, even though of their individual things, are tinted a bit red at certain areas due to nearby wildfires. Tupa, you look around and you see that edges of the Feywild are burning. Large forest fires encroaching areas. You see people you might actually know, Tupa, from around in the Feywild. Dead, scattered across the ground. You see Draco. You see yourselves, to be specific. Though you don't see Jerome, but you find yourselves a lot less lively than you want to be. I'm talking massacred. You are seeing yourselves cut down and just broken in ways you don't want to imagine. Vessel, you are a bodiless husk on the ground. You don't have your armor. a strange weapon. It's like your current one, but with a strange glow on it.
Mm.
And you see standing across from Scout's Rock is very battered and very beat Barley, standing there watching down on him. And then you watch as a single sword comes out from Barley, straight through Scout's mouth into the back as he leans backwards. Scout disappears. Axel, you wake up in a breathing panic from what you just experienced as the rest of you see Axel there, slack-jawed, mouth open. Well, your perspective disappears, I'll say for you, Axel. So, that's what I more meant. As the rock falls down towards the void.
How far away is the rock?
I'll say maybe about 50 feet to a cliff, and then from there there's another 30 feet gap.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to rage and try to use one of the rage spells to see if I can try to get to him in time.
Okay.
That was the wrong die. That's a 0, so I need to re-roll. Okay, so 7 and an 8. Okay, so I gain haste, and then... Wait, you said it was 50 feet away and then a cliff?
50 feet, the cliff, 30 feet.
Then that won't work. And then the second one I just won't use.
Okay.
So with that haste, I will try to run as fast as I can to the cliff,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to fly again, and if I can't fly, because I can't jump either. Can I actually make a perception of the void?
Sure.
When I see him running, can I do a thing?
Sure. What do you
I'm
try?
gonna self-projectile towards Scout.
There is no magic.
26.
So I can't do that? Oh, darn.
I didn't say that. You do. Self-projectile, however.
Okay. And I want to use a familiar spell after I catch up to him and grab onto him. A lightning lure and use it to grab the cliff edge and swing over to the face of the cliff. Grab on, climbing like an insect
Okay,
with one arm on Scout.
You find yourself on the rock with Axel's limp body.
Okay. I'm gonna start climbing up to meet up with Jerome.
Oh, you tried to grab his body.
Yeah.
You go through it like you're corporeal.
Oh no. Well, I still lightning lure to pull myself to the cliff.
Okay.
If I can't touch him.
I also got a 26 on the perception of the void.
It's less a sense what it is, more say a combination of when it is as well. It's an anchoring point. It's pulling everything towards it, breaking it down and rebuilding it. This is what will formally be known to you as you hear the voice. What you are witnessing? The final act of convergence. And you now can see, standing on another side of the cliff, a familiar that you've sort of seen black shrouded figure. A Lupin-esque or a Haragon-esque figure with singed black fur, pure purple eye, and a sewed-up mouth.
How far away is this Haragon?
80 to 90 feet.
Okay.
I want to make a perception on them, or maybe it would be an Arcana check, if they're the source of this dream,
They are.
the source of this dream world.
You don't
So
even have to
okay, I
roll.
don't even.
They are.
So, I look at them and say, "Ah, the interloper."
He softly gives a nod.
Give me a reason why I shouldn't remove you. That's not a threat. I seriously want an explanation.
You see as he's thinking. He shrugs. I am simply a warning of a time to come. Giblet.
So you're
Squint.
So you're saying there is nothing we can do to stop this?
No. I'm just saying. If you don't stop this, this is the outcome.
Like we need more motivation to not have the entire universe end.
Do you have a real body, or are you merely a soul
Why not both?
from another time and another place?
In a way, I may be both. I do have a body, but it's currently in use. Let's just say I've seen a time to come. One where you all work hard and diligently and still fail. This is not a lighthearted thing, and we all know that. But this can't happen again. That's why
Wait.
I'm here right now.
So you're saying this has all already happened?
Time. It's a fickle thing. You would know that. Looks over at you, Vessel. The way he
You know what he's on
the
about?
way he speaks, it's like he's speaking normally into your ear. It's like when you think in your head, you think of a voice in your head, and you know how if you yell or whisper in your head talking, it's still the same volume?
Yeah.
That. It sounds like he's whispering at the same volume.
Damn.
I'm
Well,
gonna try
Vessel,
to advance towards him.
you know what
I'm
he's talking
gonna-
about?
Are you Axel? Are you another Axel?
I am Shroud. A shroud of a timeline that once was, and hopefully will not be.
In that case,
Well, if you're here to prevent this fate, what did we get wrong? What do we need to do to avoid this?
I don't think he knows that. He merely would know what we did last time, and that doesn't tell us anything. Only
Well,
what to not do.
We can at least analyze it and see what we did there, and we can know what we may have gone wrong. That would give us a lot of information that we could use to avoid those mistakes this time. If we are somehow stuck in a loop of this.
I have a question. Did we ever manage to negate the anti-magic field?
He nods. He nods.
Or
and he
can you
points
not
at-
answer?
He points at TK.
What about me?
He does a
Perhaps-
gesture for your gun.
Oh,
So, We did figure it out, so it wasn't the answer then.
Shakes his head. No.
Merely a piece of the puzzle.
My only guess, maybe timing. Maybe we didn't
So you're
have one person enough, or maybe we had one person too many.
So we struck at the wrong time, and it somehow doomed us.
We defeated the four Fey warlords. But the power balance was incorrect.
In what way? If you can answer that.
It was swindled from us.
So were we betrayed?
He looks down. He looks at Jerome. I suppose.
What do you mean by that?
Someone wouldn't betray us, right?
It wasn't him. And he
Vessel
looks-
gets nervous.
He also looks at Vessel's.
Who?
He also looks at Vessel.
Who was the one who betrayed us?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm gonna start advancing towards.
Do you
him.
have any lead so we can start figuring this out? Or do you just straight have nothing that can point us towards anything? So we can be careful about this. Because
I'm
if
gonna
someone is going to potentially stab us in the back at the final moment and ruin it all, we should take precautions to avoid it.
You get the
Okay,
sense
I'm
he
doing-
wants to say, but he can't.
Okay,
Alright.
I want to do a perception check. What I got a 19 for with the added bonus.
Time travelers?
I'm going to just kind of survey the surrounding and see if I can see any trace of my armor at all on this scattered battlefield.
You don't find your armor, however, you find a similar set of mithril armor in the likeness of your current one, painted to match magicite. But you don't see your magicite armor.
It appears in this world, I never succeeded in purifying my armor.
No. You purified it, and that's why you don't have it.
You mean the pure magicite will dissolve when I no longer wear it?
I don't know. I never got that magicite stuff.
Oh boy.
I was under the understanding that it would actually, if I purified it to its purest form, it would be able to resist her attacks.
It did. It wasn't her who killed you.
I'm betting it would be whomever this traitor is.
No. That one was by a smooth talker.
I know quite a few of those.
Was it someone who we know here in the party? Or was it someone else?
Someone.
Is there a reason you can't tell us? Are you being bound by something? Clearly your form is being distorted for some reason.
Every minute I find myself here, I find myself resinking.
Resinking. Like synchronization? Or
So, I take it and I kind of point at the void where we saw Axel fall. That was you then, wasn't it?
More say I was rescued. By an elf. Don't look for him. You won't find him. He doesn't exist yet.
This is curious, though. If you are what you say you are, and I was here, that means. That means, in your timeline, we met just like this. We've had this conversation.
Maybe.
And it didn't work.
Maybe.
My nature prevents me from being in multiple timelines. Therefore, if I exist in your perceived timeline, then that means this is an inevitable fate.
I refuse to accept that this is how it all ends. There's gotta be a way we can avoid this.
May I ask, where exactly am I? I do not see myself lying amongst the others in the battlefield.
You're gone.
I assume by that you mean I've been given another task or assignment to do?
You disappeared.
Well, as I was saying, because my presence is here, in your memory, in your shared time, you haven't told us anything that will change this fate. Because if you did, you would cease to be. It would erase this timeline the moment you told us.
I don't know if this timeline's real anymore. I just remember it.
But you can't exist on multiple timelines. You said that yourself, so
Yeah.
Does that make this an inevitability?
It would, unless he simply ceases to exist soon. From his own
Right.
interaction. Which means right now, everything he's saying to us now was said to him, and I point at my body.
I really do not want to accept this as the end. I really don't.
Maybe if you
Gotta be a way around this.
unlocked the secret faster, don't get persuaded. Maybe if we don't use the resource on a poison, we thought it could kill her. It didn't
So
work.
poison didn't work. Okay.
Poison doesn't work, but a cure may be needed.
Poison doesn't work, but a cure may be needed. Okay, that is something for us to note.
You terrify me.
Why? Because I don't accept this? And I gesture at the giant vortex that we're standing next to?
No. He looks around and you recognize this wildfire, TK, and you guys are looking around at the scorched earth that almost looks like a sun collided with the Feywild. I'm talking cracks, dried. You know the thought of how when like everything's going to dry up, turn to dust, and it just becomes cracks?
Mm-hmm.
Picture it like that. That's how it looks. It merely happened in seconds. He looks at you.
Did I cause all this?
Your fire's stronger than you think it is.
Not a
Maybe
comforting
if
thought.
you control it faster. I don't know.
Well, hate to say my past might actually give me some clues. I don't like the thought of it, though.
Is there a way for us to contact you once we're out of this dream?
He points at the rock that's slowly descending into that swirling void at Axel.
I'd like to confirm your existence after every action. Because if I manage to avoid this fate for even a slightly different one, you will cease to exist.
You get
But you might be replaced with another.
I'll say because you are from Fort Tyke and you know how stuff like this works. How do I explain this? He's starting to catch up backwards to Axel, meaning that this conversation could have happened, but he doesn't remember it or its outcome of it, because what he remembers is slowly syncing up to what Axel currently knows.
Oh, so this conversation may have happened, but it's syncing up to what is happening this time. So his memories
You
of
get
what
a
happened
sense
last
that
time
his
is changing.
soul he is fading, but less the sense that a timeline stops existing, because timeline stopping existing can happen in many ways. He remembers it, but it's not for sure that it happens this way, because now that outcome is uncertain, because he's remembering it foggily. But you get a sense that he's replaying this exact same thing, scouring this battlefield, trying to find the one thing done wrong as fast as he can before he fully syncs back up with Axel and practically disappears. You get a sense that there is a finite point where he converges back. And Shroud stops existing.
Oh dear.
So, in a way, he is constantly starting to stop existing, meaning that timeline doesn't exist anymore. However, it's the worry because that offense, it can still have an outcome like this, just minorly different, and still give a reason for him to disappear.
Right.
Like maybe you were less effective. He wouldn't know that. All he remembers is that specific outcome because he is that specific one. And at this point, the future is unwritten because, as seen by you, Jerome, from Lestarak's train, there's currently one route to a finite point, and the train is actually being tracked out ahead of you as you go. Meaning right now, there is no timeline forward. Time isn't pre-written right now. You are.
So we can affect this and potentially divert this calamity.
You can.
It's just not going to be easy.
Hopefully. That's what he's hoping.
Well, it's the only hope we've got.
It seems my current plan is not going to work.
The
unless
poison?
I accelerate things. No.
Yeah. Poison.
Something
no.
else that I've been keeping to myself.
So you've been keeping your cards close to your chest?
Some of them.
Well, I think it might be time to lay your cards out on the table, my friend. Because I think we have a lot less time than we thought we did.
Well, to put it simply, I do not think I can accomplish my goals to be prepared, traveling with the rest of you. I may have to divert myself to accomplish goals ahead of schedule, such as getting my armor refined. I won't have time to have the rest of you help me. It needs to happen faster. Along with a few other things.
Desra has already given you the hint on how to unlock Magicite.
Yes, but you see, my plans are changing. I don't think I will be the one to unlock my Magicite, but I think I
need to
can
get
get the
someone
armor
else.
on. Yes, I believe I can get someone else. I think Cruella might be willing to do it for me, instead of giving me the knowledge to do it myself.
Wait a second.
Cruella doesn't know stuff about. Oh wait, no. Yep, Cruella. Sorry, mixing my own NPCs.
Yep.
My character still have his memories about his adventures back in his original world. So if he does,
Of course he does.
there is that desert with all those people that worked with Magicite. Maybe they would know something. Maybe Desra can get him
they
to that
did not
world
work with
for help.
Magicite. They worked with infusion crystals.
Oh.
Well,
It was worth a shot.
Magicite is a crystalline metal made directly from the weave.
Shoot. It was worth a thought. Since it seemed at least similar in concept.
The hint Desra had given you about Magicite is that you yourself could not unlock it. However, Draco holds the key.
yeah, Draco could do it. However, I'm fully aware that Cruella could also do it. It's just he's far more convenient, but I don't think I have time for him.
What about Draco?
He has the tools, but not the knowledge.
Well, we need to find that knowledge fast.
Well,
Either way, we need the knowledge.
do any of you have summoning magic?
Other than being able to call upon Desra and my Phoenix,
Such as a dimension door, perhaps.
I have plane shift.
I also have that.
Because I could simply, and I pop my eye out for a second, say, give you a piece of me to summon me back when I'm out of time.
That would be wise, just in case we find ourselves running out. On
I will
time
be
and the
able to
battle
see
comes faster.
all that you see.
Right, and we can summon you if we do find that secret before you do.
Yes, and it'll also, with you carrying my eye, I will have a link to get back to you on my own accord as well.
Sounds like a plan. Let's just hope we're fast enough.
Then again, is this how it played out last time? And I turn to Shroud. Hi, Jack.
Things are starting to melt all around you because Axel has woken up. You get a sense that this is starting to fade, and you're starting to get pulled out.
I think our time here is running low.
I think the problem may have been you had Cruella unlock your Magicite. It took you too long to convince her.
Okay.
We needed
So-
you at some point. We made that too late. And he points towards your weapon.
Well, we definitely know one thing we shouldn't do.
I'm gonna
Before it
go
will
over to
take
the
too
weapon
long.
and try to do some kind of Arcana check on it.
No clue.
So
Yeah.
it's merely an illusion. It's not actually the real weapon.
Yeah,
So I can't-
considering, and
It's
also the
your
dreamscape
exact
where it is
weapon?
collapsing.
However, it has some sort of metal coating on it.
Hmm.
Something.
Well, there's also the problem of the
it-
entire dreamscape collapsing, so we can't really easily observe things as they're literally
It's-
falling apart.
It gives the feel of something that runs parallel to Magicite, but is not Magicite. It's more chaotic.
Well, I want to do another Arcana check on this dream world.
Yep.
Are we entirely isolated here or not? Like, for example, can an outside force? I guess I don't know.
Probably not.
You don't
But I don't know if this is a private space, but I have one more plan. That I would not like to leave this area if I were you. This is a very big risk, me telling you.
Well, if you want to keep the cards close to your chest, I
I
won't hold
wanted
it
to
against
abs-
you.
I wanted to absorb all of the power and strength of the hag.
Of
I to-
Stooge?
Yes, I have no reason to keep my word to a hag.
Not the most honorable idea. And I'm worried about what may happen if you do attempt
But of
that.
course, I cannot do this until I personally could overcome her curses.
I'd recommend, at the very least, wait until the entirety of reality is not collapsed.
Well, that's the only reason I'd want to absorb her strength in the first place, is so that way I could prevent this. If I wait till after this, it's already too late.
Well, what if you fail?
Hey, Vessel.
Yeah.
With you close to your body, you feel the emanating power of Magicite coming from your bones.
Hmm.
And it's much stronger.
Hmm.
Something infused Magicite into you.
Now this gives me an idea. I may know the secret. Or at least dirty method of
In-
Magicite.
Into the sense that you're not made of it. You're not inhabiting a Magicite vessel. It's been infused into you. Some power. This is not something you personally know. You don't know what could do this. But some power has allowed Magicite, unlocking it, to perfectly infuse.
Apparently, from what we know, Dracorn could be the key to that.
Draco.
I suspect that my soul magic could be abused here. If I were to remove my soul for the infusion process, I might survive. The method Desra suggested of being thrown into the weave itself.
Careful with what you think of.
But there is one problem with that idea. I would need a second with soul magic who could hold on to my soul for me
The world keeps melting.
during the infusion.
Last questions.
Hmm?
Last questions. This world is melting.
We get last questions. Frick. I'm trying to think of anything else I can ask.
One for each.
Is Draco's not in the world, right? I just
He is.
I thought he was unconscious, or he was unconscious.
Yeah, Draco's asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm asleep. I'm asleep doing my own thing.
Draco's
All right.
asleep.
Well,
Is there anything?
I'm going
That-
to need to perform an experiment.
What?
I'm going to see if Draco's soul, his dragon
I'm-
soul, can hold on to mine.
Okay, TK, your question?
Is there something that I can do to be as prepared as I can for this final conflict? Something specific that I'm not thinking of.
Remember. I remember you talking about a curse.
Oh dear. You mean I'm gonna have to really plumb the depths of my past in order to figure this out, aren't I?
It was just a name.
Oh no.
I'd tell you it if I remembered.
Oh, this is not gonna be easy.
It wasn't until the last moments that we engaged this battle did you speak it, though. And I feel if you find it sooner, then maybe that's your chance.
Hmm. The problem is, I only find new memories when I die. And I can't risk dying.
Time to die multiple times.
Think
No.
it's when you die.
I'm a bit upset right now.
Wait,
2 weeks in a row, I haven't been
Does
able
that
to
mean-
talk because of something happening
my
to me.
memories can come back even when I don't die?
This is
Well-
me out of character. There's more than one way to speak with death.
I mean, just like a Deadpool. Well,
No, anyway, I would like to leave this dream world.
You
I think
disappear.
it's our time to leave.
So can we will ourselves out of the dream world before it collapses?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm-
whoa.
TK is out. Peace.
Are we passed out on the floor, or are we just stood up in the same position we were
Stood
in?
up in the same position. Jerome, do you have any last questions for him?
When exactly am I disappearing from this timeline?
Your job was complete.
Okay, so it just took a little bit longer than expected, is what you're saying.
Why is everyone just standing here?
Drugs. Yeah, Axel.
Yep.
People are just standing around you, just like totally comatosis.
Vessel has
I'm
got his hand
freaking
on
out.
you. And with him being frozen, he's technically holding you down to the floor. So you can't get up.
Do I wake up to them just standing there?
Yeah, you wake up to them standing around Scout menacingly as you all come to.
And then I immediately snap my head over you to you, Draco.
What were you doing? Making sure he doesn't have a morning wood or something?
No. We don't have time for this. We just peered into his dream on this this second soul that has been leached onto him. And I've learned something.
And-
Draco, we're going to need to perform an experiment.
First, maybe you want to figure out what we need to know in order to perform that? Before you just start doing things
Mythbusters time.
randomly?
Hold on. Experiments need to go in stages. I'm going to show you something and I need to see if you can do it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stop the cart and I'm gonna start looking for a creature outside the cart.
Stop the cart. We're sleeping. It's
Yeah.
midnight.
The card is
Yeah.
stopped. Roll perception.
Ooh, that's gonna be a +6. I did the good.
I finally get to speak.
There is a antelope.
I am gonna summon Warden and tell him to bring it to me because I know he can outrun it.
Bark, 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 bark. Anyways, now that I
Bark
finally get to
York.
speak, because apparently Hijack just loves throwing me out on the whole group thing. You know, last week I passed out for half the session.
You did
This
not pass
week,
out for
everyone
half
jumped
the
into my
session.
dream.
You passed out at the end of the session. And you can fully talk right now.
Yes, but then soon, as soon as this ended, we're just gonna jump back to something else.
Probably. But yeah, you see an antelope.
Yeah, I summon Warden and send him after it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll.
Okay.
It comes back with an antelope.
And I'm confused on why I'm still being
Alright.
held.
I'm gonna. I've let you go. I've kind of ignored you at this point.
Wow.
And so I'm going to take Draco's hand with one of my hands, put it on the antelope, and then use my other hand to rip its soul out.
Yeah, it dead.
And now I take that soul, and I try to hand it to Draco. Tell him to grasp it.
Isn't this kind of lichdom?
No. This is merely the first step towards lichdom.
But isn't that something you specifically promised Lesuge not to do?
I'm not doing anything I said I wouldn't do. If I consumed it for my own nourishment or to increase my lifespan, it would be. I'm merely asking him to hold it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hold it.
Firmly grasp it.
Roll Arcana?
Six plus 6, 12.
Nope.
No.
He does
Okay.
not have the ability to hold on
It's-
to souls.
I guess when I let go of it to try to get him to hold it, it's just gonna fade away.
It fades right back into the envelope.
Gasp!
Like I was saying,
Yeah,
it
thing
looks. I
scurries.
think we need to find some. We need to find some way of getting the knowledge we need before that can really work.
We're trying to take a shortcut here.
I
can't
know.
try-
We need to find fast ways of doing everything now. Since now we know we don't have the time to really lollygag about any of it. But we still don't know where any of it is.
Okay. Twice a day, Draco, you and me need to train until you can grasp souls. Once you've done so, me and you will go on a little trip. You're going to grasp my soul.
You know, if you're wearing a skeleton, I will take that out of context.
Yes.
You do know you can astral project, right?
Oh yes, I can astral project, but if you're astral projecting, your soul is still has a tether to your body. If your body dies while you're astral projected, it'll still kill you.
Fair enough.
So if he's holding on to my soul and keeping it from dispersing, it doesn't matter if the threads are cut. He still has my soul. And it can still be re-put into me, but the threads will be severed and I'll die if I'm simply astral projecting.
I do want to mention, when the soul was let go, you did see as it fed back to the antelope's body. Something does still have pull to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I suspect we're going to need to tap into your draconic lineage.
So, something I do literally every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
you weren't trying hard enough. We'll try again tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Either way, I think we need to pick up our pace on.
But for
getting
now,
ready
I
for it
take the
all.
antelope and rip it in half.
You got 2 halves of an antelope. Wait, no, the antelope
I
ran
let-
off.
I assumed it was never left out of Vessel or Warden's mouth.
Oh, okay. It's squirming.
So yeah, I'm gonna rip it in half and
Roll
let
s-
Warden eat half of it.
Okay. I'm not even gonna say roll strength. You got half an
And-
antelope. Add half an
yeah.
antelope to
Yeah, I'm gonna just
Oh.
bring it to the cart and say, "We've got food."
I'm gonna pass, and I'm just gonna head inside Nunner's bag, check and see if there's some books in his manner that might explain how I might be able to communicate with that weird figure I see whenever I die. Because I can't just keep seeing these memories whenever I die. I need to no matter how much I'd hate it, I need to dig through these memories faster. Because I need answers that I don't have and that I can't afford not to have. I just hope
That's
it's
big-
not going to cost me more to do it this
Speaking-
way.
Speaking of the library, I probably would want to go to the library to look up books for lycanthropy and how to control it.
Looks like during this day we're all going to be doing study sessions.
So
Mhm.
we continue on for that. 1 second. Alright, and we're back. Yeah. Investigations. I have to make a note to edit that out.
Not
Do I want to
20.
go big die? Let's see that big one.
No, 19. 19.
Natural 20.
Okay. I can't think.
Plus 10. That's a dirty 20. I didn't realize I had
This is
such a
for
high
people who are
investigation.
looking for books.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what
Am
are
I
you trying to
looking for
find a book
books?
on?
There's books? I thought we were in the forest.
Nutters has a
Well,
library.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
I'm
god.
checking in Nutter's library trying to find a book on how to contact death without dying.
You find
hopefully
a book
without any
on
other weird costs.
near-death experiences.
Please don't tell me I have to nearly kill myself in order to contact death.
I can help with that.
I can help with that.
I'm not
We all can
comfortable
help.
with any of you doing it.
I can help with that as
mean,
well.
I mean,
I like being bitten.
I'm currently an expert at almost killing my friends to the brink of death.
You also
Hi.
find books on sleep paralysis.
I can help with that.
I'm a paralysis demon.
That people interpret, or that when people dream, their body wakes up stiff. They can't
Oh, I
move.
get that in real life.
I will mute you. Where you wake up unable to move, and it's almost like aspects beyond the grave haunt you.
Does this mean I might be able to contact him in sleep?
Yes,
Hmm.
if you invite death to your dream, you will most likely find it.
I'm gonna hope this won't backfire tonight.
Oh no, Scott's muted.
I didn't do it. However, that method is proven ineffective. The most effective for those trying to interact with death is dying and near-death experiences.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna try the one that doesn't bring me close to actual death.
You do find documents on how people produce these near-death experiences. Some people use, some of them require one person, others don't. Or
I'm gonna
require
try the
more.
non-deadly method first, see if that works. Cause
The problem with the sleep paralysis is it is not recreatable. It's random.
I just have to be lucky.
You'd have to be really lucky.
Well, I like those odds better than killing myself to contact death a bunch of times to get the memories I need.
But you see that they're starting to be there. That was starting to be written, but it was stopped. Examples of how you can create these near-death experiences harmlessly, per se.
So, no one's successfully made a near-death experience that is harmless to
No,
me.
people have made them. More say that that piece of the book is just not exactly there. You see
Those
incomplete methods. Some require electricity, where one stops their heart and before a complete minute passes, they're revitalized. Some use suffocation of water. However, they don't know. There isn't a exact, but you would have to be pulled out after a certain amount of time. And
I would assume
another
having your
one-
soul removed is close to being dead.
I don't want my soul removed, thank you very much.
And in another one, it talks about, well, leeching life force using hemocraft,
Hemocraft?
blood magic.
Oh, that can't be good.
Draining life force to its nearest edge to that blink of death. They say
I
the closer you
don't
are to
like
death,
any of these.
the closer you are to death, well, the easier it is to experience him.
I really don't like any of these choices. At all.
If you take a long rest when at 1 hit point, you can have an interaction with death. Mechanically,
That's
that's how I'm going to explain this to you. If
either
you
that or
find a
get
way to
stupidly lucky otherwise.
stupidly
Alright,
lucky,
Dev.
or find a way to reduce yourself to a single hit point.
Well, reducing myself to a single hill point is literally nearly killing myself, which is probably the exact opposite of a good idea.
It's an amazing
Like,
idea.
at all.
Okay.
But we don't have the time for me to just keep trying every night to be lucky.
What are you trying to do?
He's
I'm trying to
visit
literally
Death.
contact death without dying. Because I don't have the freaking time to die a ton of times.
Yes, you do.
But I don't want to lose lives, effectively.
Are you
to it.
hap- Would you be satisfied with someone contacting him on your behalf?
Well, if you could get him to contact me without
Let
dying,
me check my
because
contacts real
literally
quick.
the potential fate of the world depends on this.
Oh, it's more than the world, it's the universe.
Yeah, the fate of everything is at stake.
The whole,
Multiverse.
You th-
the whole multiverse.
Yeah. I'm not sure if death would really, just give up everything,
Chronoverse.
because
that's
literally everything is riding on this, as far as I can tell.
It's riding on a lot of different variables.
But we can at least
However,
isolate one of those
one.
variables.
I wonder if the Reaper is actually is what I think he is.
Well, if you can freaking contact him and tell him to get in touch with me so he can give me the rest of the memories, so I can maybe have at least one piece of this puzzle.
I would suspect Death would actually be a fate demon
Well,
with a very specific job.
considering Death's been giving me these memories, I want to say he's wanting to help. Or
Death is giving you
not
memories, or dying is making you have memories?
well,
Okay.
dying is running me into him, and then he's been forcing me to relive
Out
these
of
memories.
character.
Yes.
Would the Grim Reaper himself actually be a fate demon in charge of souls?
Why don't you just cast Communion with Spirit? Get it over with.
Maybe.
I mean, you are a
Because
spellcaster.
it would make a lot of logical sense
don't
if he
have
was
the ability to
technically a
cast
fate
commune
demon
with
with a very
spirit.
specific job.
Nutters makes him a scroll of Communion with Spirit and thrust it in his face.
Would this work?
I think I might be the only paladin of fate who cannot contact death.
Of course.
One doesn't call death. Death finds you.
Yes. But given that I'm not wouldn't normally be on his list, I suspect I'd have a hard time talking to him. Or at least him hearing me.
Well, considering my antics of constantly cheating death, I think he's taking quite the interest in me. So if anyone can grab his attention, it probably was me.
I'm gonna point over to Draco and say, talk to Draco. Lestarak might be able to help you out.
Getting in touch with death without dying?
Yes, exactly.
No one sees it.
Maybe.
Lestarak chokes on his tea.
I see it.
You see it.
Look over at Lestarak and say, well, am I right or am I wrong?
He's doing that head shake like, don't make me. Don't make me.
You'll save us a lot of time if you simply tell me I'm wrong.
I am visibly concerned at this exchange.
The worst part is Lestarak can't lie, so he can't say you're wrong.
That's what I needed to know.
I really don't like
I turn
any
to
of
you
this
and say,
situation.
Lestarak can help, but he can't. Or he won't.
Understandable, considering what probably it would mean for
He'll
him to
probably doesn't.
You get
you'll
a
probably owe
sense
him a
Lestarak
favor.
is leaning towards he can't. There's a hierarchy to fate demons.
Yes, I assume he could point us in the right direction.
You can probably ask
do
Melna.
it.
Well, the reason Melna likes me so much is I don't bother her about things like this.
I mean, if it's
If I ask for favors all of the time,
if the fate of everything is at stake, then I guess she would not mind.
Just don't die anymore.
Well,
Stop putting yourself in situations of getting yourself killed every episode.
well, if you haven't noticed, I already actively try and do that, and it doesn't really work out. And also, there's the fact that I literally can't get the answers I need without running into death. So it's kind of a situation where I actively can't avoid death anymore.
Right.
There has to be
Right, but
some
the-
way of me
the
getting in touch with
answer-
him.
Well, my question is in the greater scheme of what we're doing, what does you wanting to talk to death and get answers gonna do for the situation that we're all in, and the multiverse collapsing and us having to find these warlords and take them out?
Well, apparently there is a name from my past that if I can find it, it could help. It looks like it would be a major help. So I
Well.
think I need to plumb the depths of my memories, but I can't without death for some reason. My memories
sounds
unlocked,
like you're going to
cursed.
need a contract with
hidden.
a fate demon.
Oh, well, memory, Nutters is kind of a good with memory spells.
Well, the problem
Can
is, I think these memories are locked behind the curse that is kind of been twisted in me. I think, like, death may be one of the few things that can unlock these memories, which is obnoxious. You can try.
Nutters waxed him with the staff and cast a recall. And screams, "Be healed, Brother John."
Here. Does that work?
At that moment, Hijack looks up the exact description of a spell.
We just hear furious flipping noises.
Have we uncovered a shortcut?
I think we may have. This is what you get, Hijack, for telling us we're on a very short time limit. We now really need to get get to the finale at episode 69.
What spell
Right,
are you
well-
casting?
Recall.
Word of recall, or
It allows you to recall a single memory. Most wizards use it to remember a spell that they've cast previously, but it doesn't specify that it has to be used for that.
can you send me the spell? 'Cause I can't.
Yeah, it's a first, second, and 3.5 edition spell that they scrubbed out of D&D 5e, along with thousands of other really good spells.
Okay, so now it just comes down to, does Hijack allow it?
Yeah. Please say yes.
Because
it's
if it-
very-
we our way around my dumb problem with death.
I'm gonna say no because there's another spell that does similar things.
Well, what is the what is the new spell then?
Well,
Because
there's
that's basically going to be
restoration.
whatever they've redone recall as.
I'd have to see the exact description of the recall spell to know what its new version is.
Oh, I'm looking it up.
Alright.
Think we should give him a time limit and just say it doesn't work if he doesn't look it up fast enough?
No, give him time.
It's
let him-
word of recall.
Word of recall is a teleportation.
Is it?
Yes.
Then I might be saying it wrong. You know how I am with names of things.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yep, yep.
Go to interwebs.
Just modify memory.
That makes changes of a memory.
Yeah.
I can make him think that he did it.
Yeah, so he stopped talking about it. That doesn't necessarily solve the problem, but it does in a way.
There's dream. There's detect thoughts.
Can I just use telepathy and dig around in his brain?
Detect thoughts? Yeah.
No, actual telepathy.
Well,
The
telepathy lets you
spell.
talk back and forth. Detect thoughts is what lets you brain
Uh,
scan.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually have that, but I'm looking for the actual spell.
If I could say anything, why don't I just do the thing you did with me just now?
What?
Go into his head.
That also works.
Well, you see, we didn't go into your head on purpose.
Oh, sift memory.
Sift memory.
It's a bastardization of modified memory and detect thoughts, and you said I can cast two spells together.
I
So
will allow that. Yeah. You know? Oh yeah. Sift memory. The UA one or?
it's a homebrew, but it's for 5e. I'll read it. It's sift memory. Begin with realization that. Oh wait. Okay. Stiff Memory is a truly invasive spell that can only be cast when the target is willing or already been subdued or captured. Since you must have them incapacitated for an entire minute to cast it. The spell is great to use in lieu of lengthy interrogations or on unsuspecting sleeping victims. Just careful you don't wake them. Oh, it's on D&D Beyond. Okay, there it is.
Okay, one sec.
I can do life story. It'll allow me to perceive important, pivotal, and personal memories of the target's life.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do this?
Well, it also says, in addition, I can search for answers up to 3 simple questions, and
Either way, this sounds very dangerous.
like, how did the target break into the Duke's enchanted bedroom?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Who, what, where, when, how. Yeah.
It also removes memories that the target has repressed. They are not obscured in any way.
The target has repressed.
Right. and he's the target.
He's
So-
Yeah, so in other words, if something else is physically blocking his memory other than himself,
No,
then could be
it doesn't
stopped.
say that.
that the target has repressed. You can try it.
So if there is something magically stopping him from remembering, we'll find that out at least. So
Yeah, it
if-
says that I
yeah.
would become at the end. It actually says that I will become aware of somebody else has sifted through the target's memories. Oh wait, in 24 hours. Yeah, I mean we could try it.
Let's give it a go.
He has
Good
to be
luck.
unconscious.
You're,
Ravel pulls
Well, you
out.
already
pulls
conked me
out
in the
one-
head.
yeah, I'm gonna whack him in the head again.
Alright. Alright.
I'm just gonna
Roll
jump
the
up
hit.
and whack him
Roll
with
the
my
hit.
staff. Hold on, I'm not in.
with advantage
PR,
because he's
so-
willing.
Right.
Like I, as a character, probably didn't know you were gonna need to conk me on the hit and knock me out in order to do it. You just more decided, it's better if he just doesn't know about that part.
So he gets flanking. So he gets flanking advantage then.
Yes, unfortunately.
So double advantage. That's +5.
Sure, yeah. I'll allow it for this one.
First one was a 17.
I
What's your
think
armor
that hits.
You rolled a 17, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. Unless it's a lot higher.
What's your armor class?
My AC is 14.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
but
now
Okay.
I need Devlin, you roll a strength. At advantage, we'll say, and TK, you roll Constitution.
wait, strength. It's charisma.
This is
I think
for
it's rolling for the-
knocking him out.
The whack.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 3 plus 7.
10.
First one is a 1.
Okay. At advantage.
I gotta roll twice because I'm doing it. And
I know. TK, you got clunked over the head.
And knocked out?
No. There's a lump.
Why? Why do you have to do that? If you wanted me to be knocked out, you could have just asked me to go take a nap.
TK,
Yes.
roll con. As you turn to look at Nutters, you guys see his Ravel looms over him.
Oh god.
Why did you do plunk?
Yep.
Ravel just goes with a single swoop of the fist, and you're just. a
I
bag
have
of
the
potatoes.
friends.
This is all happening in the library.
All in the library, and you
I'm
just
just
hear
looking for
you
one.
hear Ravel saying, "Shh."
Huh?
This is a library. Shh.
TK is unconscious.
Thanks, guys. Very helpful.
Okay, I'm gonna go back looking for a book. Not 20,
You find
remember.
a book on general lycanthropy, types of lichens. You find lichen as in mushrooms, and you also find a book on the Moonweaver. They are a god
Ow.
of the moon.
I'm going to take a look at that Moonweaver book and all the other books that have to deal with lichens as in were-tigers and werewolves and all that stuff. And I'm gonna read through them.
Okay. I will tell you if there is anything specifically important. I guess the major things would be lichen curses, how creatures that are lichens are weak to very specific things, like werewolves. All of them overall silver, being pierced by it. or like, well, in lichen form specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfsbane for werewolf. I have to. You have the list, but yeah.
I have the list. Yeah. I don't know
Once-
liking weaknesses from that list.
But yeah,
Wasn't
you'll
he-
learn most of the stuff from the lycanthrope list I have already sent you.
All right.
Like different things, different ticks of lichens, different mutations, different kinds.
What he's saying is he learned all kinds of things, whether you like it or not.
God
You
damn
don't
it.
know why a single bolt of lightning hits Nutter. TK.
Yes.
So the minute passes, the spell is cast. TK, you're on the boat,
Oh.
and Nutters is
Oh.
on your shoulder.
Okay.
Nutters,
Oh.
you see this large figure. You're inside of this. You're inside of a wooden boat. It's a dark oak. And you see this tall figure in bandages or a robe or a cloak. It's whatever your mind depicts death wearing.
So it is Nutters. I see a squirrel in a robe.
You see him wearing Nutters.
Good grief.
You see this figure bandaged. His face is unrecognizable, like it's blurred. You can't directly see it.
Oh, that
He
didn't
has
work in the
a
whole music.
singular long arm that reaches out 1.5 meters before it hits the elbow and goes up again another 1.5 meters. He is skinny and quite, what's the word? Anorexic. He inhales, looking at the two of you. Here for our nightly session, I presume.
Hate to say, but I kind of need these memories faster. I have a feeling I need what's deep in them. Whether I like it or not. The fate of everything is on the line.
As far as interacting, I'm just there guiding him so he can remember.
Very well, I presume. I see you brought a friend.
Yeah, I did not expect. Honestly was expecting when he said he was going to try and use a spell to recall my memories, it would just pull the memory, not bring me back here.
Oh,
Little
you are merely
twist.
here
Yeah,
because...
it actually doesn't. It forces you to remember it, and I get to watch. That's kind of how
Yeah.
the spell works. So you're not there technically. You're just remembering it, and I'm watching,
He doesn't
Well,
know
apparently
that.
that's not what happened this time.
right?
It's
Because
sort
there's
of
somebody
works.
in your head. Because there's literally death in your memory. I would assume a deity could still interact separately than your memory. Meaning your memory is about to change.
Well, we're about to see what happens.
Not that it matters, you didn't remember it anyway.
I suppose we do have one death unaccounted for.
Which one?
You died twice during the encounter with Draco.
Oh, so
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
this is
he-
bringing back up the tab.
He puts out a hand for a feather. And he pops it.
Do I really have to pay for this?
Just this one. There are more ways you can contact me.
Well, that's what we were literally trying to do. worked, it seems like.
Can I metagame a tiny bit?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll look at Death and say, yeah,
I'm just gonna-
he wouldn't let me just cast.
I'm
Giving
gonna
guidance.
refresh Drill's memory on a conversation that just happened and let him go from there.
Okay.
Remember that Vessel said that he's not on Death's list. So, you could totally be a douchebag and try to find some way to leverage that. In some way. Whatever you want.
I don't want to play.
I as a
dangerous
character, as a
games.
player, I won't be mad as Vessel. That's a different story. And he
Yeah.
won't know any deals you make.
I don't want to play dangerous games, and I'm not the kind of guy that backstab my companions.
Well,
Nutter slyly puts his knife away.
his arm reaches out and caresses your hair. Let us continue. As the ship turns completely over, and Nutters, you find yourself standing in a tree line. You're overlooking a town. TK,
Oh dear, here we go.
you find yourself young again. And you're back in town. Home. Perfectly safe, perfectly fine.
Are we rerunning the same memory over again? Or is this some time? This is some different time.
This was before the party. You don't have any magical aspects to you. There's no Phoenix. You find yourself running around playing with some other kids. Playing a game of kickball. You remember this day. As you were kicking that ball, you hear that familiar crash as it goes through your nearby neighbor's window. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You watch as
Nutter
they...
looks at him and say, look, you've been clumsy your whole life, huh? No wonder you keep dying.
You don't hear that. As you watch as this large minotaur figure, as his door breaks open, as he's holding the ball you guys kick through his windows, he's like, "Argh!" There's
Whoop.
visible steam, and his veins are throbbing. His foot is scraping. He says, "I swear, you kids!" And he starts running at you. You and the group of children just start running in a panic of afraid of being hurt. You're running.
Understandable.
You're running. You're running. As the stomping stops, as you hear a, let me out of the way! I'm gonna teach those kids a lesson. They got away with too much. And you hear a, now, come on. As you see your aunt standing there in front of him. Come on, they're just kids. It's just a window. It's like, I can't keep doing this. They're ruining this town, this youths. Oh, come on. You were a kid once. Haven't you ever just, broken a window, hit people with sticks, activated a volcano,
What?
Oddly specific.
That is oddly specific.
Come on, they're just kids. Forgive them this once. All right. Well, you're paying
say
for
that
the
every time.
You're paying for the broken window. What broken window? That
And don't
broken.
give him no bull about it.
That broken window. You see from the distance that his once broken window is actually perfectly fine now. And you feel a soft chuckle because you know that's your aunt's magic. As he storms off and as he starts to storm off with the ball, He's gonna keep that, isn't he? All right.
Probably.
Life lesson. Don't kick balls into stranger windows.
Keep your balls away from the bull.
And steal only when it's fitting. And you watch as she starts walking after him.
Oh dear.
She
It's
comes.
still only when it's fitting.
He gets back into his house, and your aunt returns with a ball and a coin purse. Let's go
What
get some
about a window?
sweets. As she takes you into market that day, there are these very lovely things, and looking around, you see something. It's way too big for your size, but it was just exported in from a nearby town. This lovely yellow-ish coat-like jacket.
Huh.
This is how the banana was born.
As the banana was born.
Shut up.
I mean, TK, it's a little bit big for you. You sure you're gonna grow that tall?
Why not?
I don't know. You don't need enough vegetables. I'm pretty sure you're gonna grow up to be a halfling.
Really?
Yeah, look at you. You're already that short.
I'll only go bigger from here.
You hope. I'll get it for
Hey.
you if you promise to keep on the veggie train, okay?
Fine.
Fine. You are gotten your signet, less burnt coat. She
Agreed.
just drops it on you. And you sway it up and you don't see her. And you hear in the
Oh, dear.
distance, you hear in the distance behind you, "Come on, I found the candy cart!"
Wait.
And you turn around and you find yourself in the forest running again.
Oh no.
The bird flying next to you as you're going and going and going. Nutters, you just had visual whiplash. Snapping from one thing to another. As you jumped from a past memory, like something further back, to now something more future.
Right? Well, Nutters is good with memory magic, so he should probably be aware of things like that are gonna happen.
You get a sense that TK's memory, it's something is blocking it, but it's pushing out in both directions. TK, as you're running your bird by your side, you are you again are reaching that exhausted point. So you are going and going and going. You collapse near a cave, and you're dodging in and out of consciousness. You swear a dire wolf starts walking towards you, sniffing
No.
at your corpse. Your body. It's not corpse yet. It looks hungry and hostile, and you feel afraid. You let out a yell as you watch as the phoenix dashes towards it, and you black out. And then when you wake up, the earth around you is softly scorched, and your jacket that has been dragging in the mud a bit, keeping you warm from the elements, is softly blackened towards the bottom.
Huh.
You make your way over the cave as you find the air unbreathable. It's this thick smoke. There's some sort of fire in that cave, and you're not going to wait around to let it catch you.
Okay. I guess I just keep going.
You find yourself wandering out to a village. Another one. of which you enter and collapse from hunger. You find yourself barely able to move, very weak. And, well, that ever-sensing feeling of dread comes upon you as you see the figure of Death, the long arm, as he is walking towards you. As he's crouching down, you simply hear it says,
"Well, it seems this is your end of the road. Sad, really, but don't worry. We have an afterlife for you."
and then you black out. Nutters, you see the phoenix as its eyes glow wide, as you hear in that woman's voice, "Harbinger of death, leave this one for now, and I promise you a deal. The terms I don't want to speak right now, but let's just say you'll have your time. Give him a chance. I'll owe you a favor personally, and it would be a huge help." The tone of the bird is a bit flat, showing not much of the transmitted emotion. More say, though it's being spoken through, it's not directly the aunt. This is more just the bird. At least doing what I can, promising a deal that the aunt will have to work with, but this bird is working its ass off to keep this child alive.
Fine. I suppose I'll be a bit more than willing to owe a deal with a witch. Where might I go to speak over these conditions?
Follow the bird. But first, revitalize the child. And TK, when you find yourself waking up, you don't see the phoenix anywhere near you.
Oh dear.
There is a dog licking your face, and you just remember that it's stanky.
Yeah.
So you get up and you wander around this village. It's breaking day. The sun's starting to come over the horizon. And you see a market that's starting to be opened up. And those words of your auntie resonates for a minute. Sometimes steal if you gotta. And that's what you did. It was just an apple right now, but this is going to grow in the future. You spent...
I did it as you needed it.
You did it as you
To
needed.
support myself.
You found yourself, over time, joining this band of other children, calling yourself the, called yourself the Dusted Ones. Oh, yeah. That was the creative name you guys had. You were the dust of the... You were the dust of the town. No one cared about you. You would steal, feed off of one another, and just help. It was a tight-knit group, and that was your family for maybe 3 months. Until problems started. People started worrying about proper leadership, that the old leader, the largest kid amongst you, that his name was Elbin. And he grew greedy over time. The bigger he got, the more food he took from others, and sometimes other children would go without eating for maybe a few days. He started becoming tyrannical amongst the dusts. What did you do?
Probably stand up for the others.
And you did. You found yourself standing up to this person. You, your weak self, short, skinny, barely fitting your clothing. Honestly, what were you thinking? But you did it. You remember the pain. You feel your lips being busted, a crack of skin along your head, dripping blood over your eyes, vision obscured. You got into a fight for everyone. At this moment, it was you versus him. No one dared step in. Everyone was afraid. And you were mad. Roll on your wild search table. Tell us what happened.
Oh dear. Let's see. Where did the D10 go?
It's behind you.
Behind you.
You're going to roll twice, and I'm going to pick a desired effect.
55 or 72.
Okay.
So if you pick 55, I emit a cloud of ash. I can cast blur on myself. And if I do 72, for the next hour, magical fire I create is black, shield, sheds no light, and makes no sounds.
What was the 72?
My flames turn black, and it sheds no light and makes no sound.
Okay. You watch as black flames try to erupt from this bully.
Shoot.
This wasn't you. This couldn't have been you. The looking at it like it was you. This wasn't you. You tell them. You didn't do this. It wasn't you. People are scared. There's fear. And there is a now burnt body of the ex-leader of the Ashes. Ironically burnt to ash.
Sensing I probably wouldn't be welcome there, I'd probably make my way out of town. Find somewhere better.
You exiled
Or at least
yourself.
try again.
You exiled yourself
Yeah.
in fear. And with the one question, did I do that? Then we wake up.
Oh,
You
that
have a huge
was-
lump on your head. It hurt.
No shiz.
You're actually out of it for the next 24 hours, according to the spell.
After 24 hours, you wake up, big head hurt.
No, I mean, he's awake. He just is like,
Drained.
Loopy?
he's just kind of out of it during the next 24 hours. It makes, I can't remember what the exact side effects were, but it wasn't nothing against their stats or anything. It was just like they're weak and groggy. You're sleepy for the next 24 hours, kind of.
And that's how you wake up.
Well,
Like you didn't sleep well,
yeah.
you know.
Well, that didn't quite do what I was hoping.
Did it not?
It plumbed more memories, but not the ones I needed. Still don't know the name I need to find.
A name? What do you didn't say nothing about needing a name. You just said that I thought we were trying to figure out why you're running out of, why your feathers are falling off now when
I
you die.
already knew that. I already knew why that was happening. That death thing is why I keep losing feathers when I die now. What I'm needing to find is the name of my aunt. That is apparently a major key to what we need to do in the future.
She was the one who gifted you your power.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you look inside of it? Is there a tag?
Inside what?
Your coat, man. She bought you the coat you're wearing.
Come to think of it. I'm going to check my coat, see if there's any sort of thing that can give me a clue.
Nutter slaps him for not thinking.
Hey.
Little score hand just
Yeah,
comes
all this
across
time
your cheek.
it just has her name scrawled across it now. You know how some parents label their
Kid's address.
yeah and stuff?
Right.
Like return this to blah blah blah.
If lost, please return to this address.
Yeah. Basically has one of those. It's 1262 Petalby. That was the name of the town, Petalby. And it also says, also in a little bit more squiggly handwriting on another one, this belongs to TK. Be warned. Angry face.
Well, found where I'm from.
And Warren is spelled not W-A-R-N. It's W-O-R, like wearing. Worn. Like you wore something.
Gosh dang it, the puns. Well, I found where I'm from. Probably nothing there nowadays. But it's a start. Don't think I can really get there right now.
Sure you can. I've
How?
seen it. I've seen it.
That town?
Yeah.
Well, where is it?
Don't matter where it is. I've seen it. I can cast teleport and get us there.
I don't know if you have seen it.
I did. I saw it in his
Mm.
memory.
In my memories. That counts. That's him
does-
It
seeing
does.
it.
Yeah, it does.
That
It is a
does
real
count.
place, and I saw it. So
The
therefore,
question
I,
is, does
I
it exist still?
Well, I'll let you
remember.
inform others.
Well, in an earlier memory, the reason I kind of left town was because the whole place was burned to the freaking ground by someone. That wasn't me, I swear.
right, but
I-
the location is still there,
Yes.
which means the ruins
Sure, the
are
location's
there,
still.
which means that you might be able to find something.
So you're saying we completely derail our current quest to go and investigate?
No, I'm
Maybe
saying that we
derail.
can pop over there and take a look, and then pop back here.
Well, if we can do that without derailing everything that we're currently
Oh, yeah,
working
that's more than easy for
traveling
none of us.
towards, then I guess we're going on a little field trip. What could possibly go wrong
As you say that,
other than everything?
as you say that, you all hear this sounds of clicks and clanks and just shifts, and just as you hear in Draconic. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
One second.
I went AFK and got back. What happened?
I am just.
Things are about to go
explain
pear-shaped, it
Yes.
sounds like.
that. Yep. Sorry, guys.
Nutter is just casting spells. Beware.
No, this is
No.
casting spells everywhere. What is the name of the place? Sorry. I did not open up the right file. It's this one. And then it's in this one. Dragon. Okay. You hear, those who understand Draconic hear these voices say, "Your bounty has been came to collect for dragon sticks." And then you see outside the cart has been surrounded by a lot of kobolds with guns.
Oh,
And that's where we're gonna end it here.
What the
Oh,
hell's going on
okay.
now?
So
I
as
hate
always,
this.
guys. Ugh.
What color are the kobolds?
Orange.
Orange?
Good night.